Hi there, it's Carl here from Cleaning How To, and today's video is a little bit different because this isn't a cleaning tutorial as much as a before and after of a clean that we have in to our business in Dublin. We own a business called rugspa.ie, and this is a 50-year-old tapestry that's from a church in South Dublin in Ireland. Today I'm concentrating on the centerpiece of a cruciform artwork, and as you can see it's quite heavily soiled. So the issue with this piece is that it's quite delicate, but it's also mixed material, so I got to be really careful here with my approach. So the first thing I'm going to do is blow the tapestry off with a blower, rather than vacuuming it out. So as much as I can, I'm going to try and loosen the dirt in the piece with a blower rather than sucking it up, because the piece is quite loose, so we'll actually go inside the opening of a vacuum cleaner, and if any of these bits of fabric snag, they will actually tear. It's quite delicate and it's covered in soot, traffic pollution, and basically oils and also concrete dust. So it's quite a delicate piece for a start, but then it's also covered in a lot of soil. So what I'm actually going to use throughout the clean are various small brushes, and I'm using a fine fabric. It's actually an oriental rug shampoo, but it's pH slightly acidic, so it's not going to damage the fibers in the tapestry. And I'm going to carefully pat it out using a low moisture method and remove as much of the soil out as possible into a bucket full of the cleaning agent, and then at the end I'll very carefully just extract with a special hand tool that I have attached to one of my machines. So first things first, I'm going to blow the tapestry off with a blower, which is actually a vacuum cleaner, but it has a blower functionality. Okay, now that I've blown the tapestry off, I'm going to gently agitate the fibers just to loosen any more soil that might be in it. And I'm just using the back side of this brush to do that. It's almost like a toothbrush. It's actually designed for car detailing, but I'm just going to agitate the fibers to loosen any more soil that may be present, and then I'm going to blow it off again. Now, as you can see, the blackness here is not a feature of the tapestry. This is actually traffic pollution and soot. Now, that's going to have degraded the fibers over time, but it will remove to a great extent. But we are left with a tapestry, because of its age, that's going to have a little bit of shadowing from this soiling. Also, because we're dealing with single strand wool here, I can't be very aggressive with my cleaning, so I may not get all of these black dots out of the tapestry. However, we're going to do our best with it. The other panels that I have done have come out pretty well, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see how well this one turns out, because we've got a lot of mixed fibre here. As you can see, even the facial features are down to one strand of wool. So again, we're very careful with our approach and how we're trying to clean it. Now, as I've already mentioned, I've got to be very careful here because of the different fibre types in the rug. So even with the Christ figure here at the centre, I've got the facial features picked out in one strand of wool. I've got 1, 2, 3 different types of materials here making the halo. I've got another type of material for the gown and the shawl and the gown, and I think again another 2 types of material, 2 different types of wool for the feet. So again, the tapestry is very delicate. This piece, for example, is not stitched in, it's just draped along the front. So I got to be so cognizant of the delicate nature of the piece as I'm cleaning it. So that's why it's taking, all in, the entire piece is going to take in the region of 25-30 hours to clean. That sounds quite hectic, but that's what the piece requires. And you can see the soot pollution from candles and also from traffic pollution here and here, and my aim is to get as much of this out as possible whilst being sympathetic to the overall piece. As I said, even in certain areas we're down to one strand of wool lineating facial features. And again, with it not being fundamentally, and again with the piece not being, after blowing it off, I'm going to now brush through the piece again to agitate any more loose soil, and then I'm going to blow it off one more time before I start introducing moisture. What I've actually mixed up to clean the tapestry is an oriental rug shampoo with some solvent in the bucket, and I'm going to use a direct transfer low moisture cleaning method to essentially pad the piece down and remove as much of the soil as possible with the cleaning agent into the bucket in a bucket transfer method. And then I'm going to very gently extract the piece with a special hand tool that I have for rug cleaning, but I'm using it in a way that is going to clean this piece very delicately without actually compromising the weave. So I've actually got a special upholstery cleaning mitt, which I'm going to roll the cleaning solution across the fibres of the tapestry. The solvent is going to allow the breakdown of the soot soiling, and the mild detergent is going to allow penetration and release of the rest of the dirt. So again, I don't know if the camera is picking that up, but this is turning black, so I'm going to transfer this into the bucket and just keep going through the piece. So I want to impart no more than maybe 100 to 200 mils of cleaning solution across this entire roughly 1 square meter piece, and I want to allow the cleaning fluid to penetrate and release the soil, and I can encourage that a little bit with my brush. So just to allow a little bit more penetration, again very gently. I did actually try dry cleaning the piece. I needed to resort to something a little bit stronger in terms of action, and a little bit of moisture goes a long way here. So okay, I've now patted down the tapestry. I've done about 1/4 with my cleaning fluid. You can just see it's a little bit moist there. So just to prove concept, I'm going to gently brush in that cleaning solution, and you can actually see the black starting to break out of the fibres. Now again, I don't want to over worry this, so I'm more tamping the tapestry through, but even that is being effective at taking the soil out. So again, gently does it. Don't want to overwork the piece. And what I'm actually going to do is, I've got a little piece of cotton towel here, and I'm going to just transfer the dirt out into the towel that's been activated by the cleaning solution, and that's working exceptionally well. We now have a beautiful red gown again, and that's what's come out of that piece of towel. So I'm going to just keep working through the entire piece. You can see now that the gown is nice and bright on the left hand side that I've cleaned. I'm just going to keep working through the entire tapestry with the brush to loosen the soil. What I'll also do then is I'll pat it down with just clear water and my mitt after working the tapestry through with the brush and the cleaning agent, and then, as I said, with my special tool out in the warehouse, I'm going to just gently extract the piece and then dry it. Okay, so I'm about 4 hours in and I've patted the tapestry and removed as much of the soil as possible using indirect low moisture methods. And my next step now is I'm going to use my hand tool with a Teflon glide on it so it's not going to snag any bit of the tapestry, and I'm gently going to tamp and extract the tapestry. Okay, now we're now 5 hours in, believe it or not, to cleaning this section of the tapestry, so the center of the cruciform. As you can see, it's responded really, really well. I've got a little bit of hand finishing to do now, just some towel drying, and then I'm going to do some work on the brass mount. But effectively the tapestry is now finished. The transformation has been absolutely stunning. All in, we're I think about 27 hours on the tapestry now, with a few more hours of detailing work and some hand finishing to do. But as you can see, the figures that were once tarnished with pollution and soot are now bright and vibrant again. It is 50 years of age, so there will be naturally some fibre degradation over that time, especially considering the piece is so delicate, and you can see just how delicate it is on the close-ups. But all in all, we have had a fantastic result. There is a little bit of shadowing that the camera is picking up, but to the naked eye it actually looks great. So Carl here from Cleaning How To, and how we have cleaned a religious tapestry in our warehouse in Dublin.